Adam's been in touch. He actually WhatsApped me, but we'll say he emailed in. He says Reijnders is up there with the best debuts that I've ever seen at City. So, what's your 11 of players who were great on their debut? So, you've had your homework. You've built your teams of best City debutants. Dan, I'll start with you. Who makes your 11?
So, the goalkeeper I thought was quite tricky, and then I just thought, well, it's probably James Trafford, isn't it? This team, by the way, is all players that have made the debut for City in my lifetime. So, with apologies to the over 40s, we might have a little bit of a difference with me and Higgy there in that respect, because Chris is obviously a lot older than me.
Oof. That was a backhanded compliment, wasn't it?
I went for big Jim Trafford in goal. I did think about Joe Hart. The club did this compilation of like best debuts this week, and they had Joe Hart against was it Stoke?
Sheffield United.
Yeah. Sorry, and it's like, all right, he kept a clean sheet, but it wasn't some amazing debut. If his debut had been that one against Spurs, the first game of the season, then you'd say, yeah, fair enough. But I think it was like,
how old was he though?
He's probably 19.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, I was also going to chuck in because Adam did suggest to me that second debuts should be allowed to count. So if they do count, then Hart would be right up there.
What's the second debut?
Second debut. Well, the second game.
When you come back to the club for a second spell, and then have your second debut.
Not having that.
So you've been away, you've played for another team, then you come back.
Absolute woke nonsense.
That is, the mind virus has got you.
Right, so moving on, I've got Daniel Van Boyten.
Oh.
Can't remember who he played against. Was it? I want to say Birmingham.
Not a great sign. Not a great sign. He
had a great game. I mean, he only played about 3 games or something. But I remember on his debut at the City of Manchester Stadium, as it was then, people just being in awe of him. We got him on loan from Bayern Munich, I think, didn't we? And
minute for minute, Daniel Van Boyten, for the amount that he played for City, I think he's the most talked about player on this podcast.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
He was pretty good.
He's one of them that people were just talking about it for years afterwards. Get Van Boyten back. He's never coming back, lads. He's way too good for us.
He's 43. Yeah. Get him back.
And then I've got Big Kwimi Mang, Eliaquim Mangala.
Of course.
Got to have him in there, haven't you?
Kwimi Mang.
Yeah. And then to round off my back three, I've got Stuart Pearce.
Yeah.
Free kick on his debut against Watford. And then moving into midfield, so I've gone for a 3-4-3. In midfield, I've got Reijnders. I've got Ilano against West Ham. Didn't get on the score sheet, but that was a great assist for that first goal for Bianchi. Giovanni, who did get on the score sheet that day. I've got him on there. And Steve McManaman. He was great against Aston Villa and then completely shite for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
But what a debut. Then Aguero up front. Hat-trick against Swansea, of course. Haaland got 2 goals against West Ham. And it's got to be Benjani, hasn't it?
Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
There is a goal at Old Trafford. And I've got a manager.
A solid 11. You got manager as well?
Yeah. So my manager will be Sven. Because, I don't know if that's the best ever performance on a manager's first game in charge, that one at West Ham, but it kind of felt like a real moment, didn't it? That everyone's really fond of. And I got.
Oh, can I chuck in Pellegrini against Newcastle?
You can. I don't think it was quite as impactful, to be honest.
You can, but you're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he went on to win the league, unlike Sven. But just that first game for Sven, I just thought it just felt like a sort of a moment in time, a changing of the guard or whatever you want to call it. And then a few other players that I thought of that didn't quite make the cut. So I've got Andy Morrison. Scored against Colchester on his debut, I believe. Yeah. Bianchi, I was going to put him in, but he did score in that West Ham game, but he didn't quite make the cut ahead of the other forwards. Adebayor as well, scored at Blackburn on his debut. And then Nasri played really well in that game, that 5-1 game at Spurs. And I thought, why not Cherki as well for scoring on his debut at the weekend.
So a solid, very attacking bench you've got there, Dan. So you can always make some attacking changes if need be.
Well, Andy Morrison will sort it out, don't worry.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Higgy, run us through your 11, and let's see how similar they are.
I mean, given that Dan's just named every player that's ever debuted for City, I think that's a good place to end the podcast right there. That was really good listen, actually, and I agree with pretty much everything. Although I did have Hart in between the sticks because for a really young goalkeeper to come in and keep a clean sheet, I think is really positive. I also had Daniel Van Boyten in defence, And I mean, Mangala, the ultimate impressive debut.
The all-timer of a debut, isn't it?
Yeah. Given what followed. Vincent Kompany, I've got in there. He had a really good debut. Started off in midfield, went to centre-back, which was like, a bit of a microcosm prophecy of what was to come. And at left-back, I've got Stuart Pearce, who scored on his debut. Midfield, again, McManaman, 4-1 against Spurs, was absolutely fantastic in that game. And then just stood around pointing, tucking his hair behind his ears for the rest of his City career. Had to include Reijnders, Benarbia.
Yeah. Did you mention Benarbia?
No, I completely forgot about him.
Yes, I got one. Yeah, because I mean, there's a line, wasn't there, from Keegan where he said he came back on the Saturday morning. I put him in the team, and he got a standing ovation when he took a corner after about 20 minutes. That's how good he was, which really sums up the quality of that impactful debut. I've got Cherky in there as well because he just looks amazing. And up front, I've got Aguero for obvious reasons, but I've gone for Niall Quinn as well because he scored on his debut against Chelsea, and I loved Quinny. And obviously, when I was thoroughly researching, as I always do.
Did you fall down a rabbit hole of watching Niall Quinn goals?
No, I didn't actually, but I just, on the official club webpage, it said Quinn scored the only goal in a 1-1 draw, so that's got to be some feat. So just for that.
I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah.
And, Christian Ngui nearly made it, just for shits and giggles. Yeah. I mean, it's certainly impactful.
Did you mention Aguero, Dan? I don't think you did you?
I did.
Aguero up top. You did have Aguero up top with Haaland and Benjani. Yeah. Which is another solid debut, Higgy, given that he only played half an hour as well.
And then Giovanni's second game scored the only goal in was it a 1-1 win against United, or when it was 1-0 win?
1-0 win, yeah.
I nearly put Nicky Weaver as my goalkeeper. If I'm not mistaken,
I wondered if anyone would do this. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, his debut was against Jamaica in that friendly, and he did keep a clean sheet.
It's not a debut, though, that is it, though?
Probably not. But he kept a clean sheet.
At all. Yeah.
Against the whole of Jamaica.
Fair
play.
He did against Blackpool in the.
They didn't all play.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I also wondered if for right back any of you were going to twist the good old full debut card, play that one, because Rico Lewis scored against Sevilla on his full debut, but he'd played about 5 or 6 times from the bench already by then.
No, that's woke nonsense.
Yeah.